The All-Star starters will be announced. We just really don't want to wait for that. So we have Paul and Stan, who are going to tell us what they think and who should kick things off in Charlotte on February 17th. I'll start with you, Paul, and we'll start with the East. Who you got? Starting with the East, at the point guard, I have Kyrie Irving. Okay. Two guard, I have Victor Oladipo. Ooh. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Nailed it. Kawhi Leonard. And Joel Embiid. Those should be your starters in the Eastern Conference. Those should be your starters. Those should be your starters right there. Okay, I can already tell you, I feel as though the Oladipo spot will be something that people will have maybe with. Stan?
Yeah, I have the same guys Paul has, except I got Kemba Walker in there instead of Oladipo. I also thought about Brad Beal and Ben Simmons, but I went with Kemba there.
What made you pick Kemba?
Because I don't think anybody outside of James Harden is carrying his team individually more than Kemba is. I mean, Kemba's second best player in Charlotte right now is Jeremy Lamb. He gets almost nothing from anybody up front. He's averaging 25 a game. He's the highest scoring guard in the Eastern Conference. I think he deserves to be in there. And is the Oladipo argument, teams better? They're winning more?
Yeah, they're winning more. And, I think he's the best two guard in the whole Eastern Conference. He carries a big load for Indiana. Numbers aren't like popping out at you like the rest of these guys, of course, but, look where Indiana is in the standings. I mean, they're third. They have a great team, and I just think he's done a terrific job in expanding his game.
Well, I thank you guys for playing. The correct answer was, in fact, Ben Simmons, but we'll see if you guys did Simmons,
well, Ben Simmons doesn't mean as much to his team as Victor Oladipo.
I know, but it's not an MVP award. It's an All-Star award.
Exactly. That's why
I don't feel like that was a winning argument.
Oladipo is more exciting. How about that? He's a better dunker.
Stan, I can't. I'm like,
okay, I don't know if that's the argument.
We want dunks in the All-Star game.
We do want to be entertained. Yes, you are right there. Let's go West. I want to see if you guys have any differences on the West. And Stan, you go first.
Yeah, this one to me was pretty easy.
Fair enough.
This really was. Curry, Harden, Durant, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. The only thing that gave me pause was Paul George.
Thank you. What?
Should he be in there over LeBron, who's had an injury because of the injury? That was a tough one. What I'd really like to do is put Paul in the East and have him start in the backcourt for the East. Then I think you'd get the 10 best players.
So Paul, do you have the exact same thing?
I have the exact same list, and I agree with Coach.
You?
I do. I have Curry, Harden, Durant, LeBron, and Davis. I'm torn with Paul George because he is having a spectacular year, but how do you keep LeBron, Durant? I mean, it's just hard to move any of these guys around. Yeah.
So
that's how great the Western Conference and the league is this year. I mean, we are having some great individual performances. I mean, in any other year, Paul George could be MVP.
No question.
I mean, he could be a first-team, all-NBA player. But the league is so deep, especially at this position, the forward, Durant, LeBron, Giannis, Kawhi. I don't know who's the best forward in the league anymore.
So,
it's like
I had totally different. Can I tell you what I had, and then you tell me if I'm wrong or why I'm wrong?
You're wrong.
Shut up. I had Curry, Harden, and I had LeBron. And LeBron was a tricky one because of the injury, and I get all that. I actually had Jokic, and I have Paul George because I do think he's having a career year, and it's been, as you said, we want to be entertained. It's the All-Star game. That dude is clutch, and he's been nothing but fun.
Who are you talking about?
Paul George.
Yeah, he's
talking
clutch.
about Jokic. Why am I wrong? Why not have him instead of AD?
I mean, he puts up a good argument, absolutely, because he's been phenomenal this year. He just, like Chauncey said it earlier this year, he doesn't pass the eye test like a guy like Anthony Davis. I mean, but he's a spectacular player.
He doesn't pass your eye test.
I mean, I'm just saying, though, when you're watching Anthony Davis come flying in the sky, dunking, blocking shots, doing all these spectacular things, Jokic just goes about his business with the Paul Pierce slow pump fake and bounce pass and high IQ plays.
Oh, no.
There you go. I like it.
But
you can make a case. I mean, your cases for those guys are good. And I think it goes to what Paul was talking about, the depth in the Western Conference. I mean, these guys are all really good. Jokic certainly would deserve to start. Paul George deserves to start.
Yes.
But we can only send 5 out there.
I will say this. It felt like legitimate homework doing that. It wasn't as easy as just marking everybody off. There was a real thinking. To leave Durant off of something like this feels almost sacrilegious. It felt really weird.
I feel like, it shouldn't be, since we get to pick teams, the captains get to pick teams.
Right.
You should be able to pick from a pool of just whoever makes All-Star. So, like, it doesn't have to be West. It's like too much West and East, but we don't go to that.
I agree with you on that.
Anymore. It's not East and West on the jersey. So it's like, a Western Conference player could pick an Eastern Conference player.
You need to go change it.
That's what we need to change. That'll make it more fun.
Yeah, if we're going to play that way, then I don't think it has to be 12
and West
from each
no more.
conference.
It should just be a certain amount each
I think the 12 best players or the 24 best players, no matter conference, should make it.
That would be interesting.
Yes.
To see just how lopsided it would end up being.
Yes.
But I don't hate it.